Okay guys, I'm in the backyard with this 1975 Chevy C10 truck, goes by the name of Skye, and the 1978 C10 truck goes by the name of Billy James. I've connected the batteries up, but I haven't even tried to start them at all. I just put the keys in it and connected the batteries. I'm hoping they will start, but we'll just have to see. The last time I tried to start this 75 C10 truck Skye, the battery seemed like it might be getting a little bit weak, so it might not even do anything. Let's start with this 78 Chevy truck Billy James, if I can get myself in here. Oh boy. Hopefully I got a good battery connection. Think so. It's been a long time since I've started this truck. That wasn't bad at all. This one has the new Edelbrock Carburetor on it. I think it's a 1406. I'm gonna let it warm up. It has been in the teens and 20s here in East Tennessee, and we've actually got a heat wave today. It's already up to 49. That's the warmest it's been in a long time. Usually it gets up at best at upper 20s or lower 30s. So it's funny when you get used to cold weather. I mean, 49 feels really warm, but in reality, you know, if it was summertime that got down to 49, everybody'd be freezing to death. But it's funny how that works out. When it gets cold, everything makes funny racket, funny noises. And I'm gonna let it warm up for just a minute. This truck sure has come a long way from its beginnings, and it's easy to get a lot of money socked into one, I know that. I sure am glad it started up quick though. Sorry, you got a glimpse of me there for a minute. I got on my camouflage hat. Anyway, I'll pause it right here, and I'll get back with you here in just a minute, okay? I'm gonna let it run for a few minutes. Well, let me just get out of here. Started up pretty good. Well, better than I expected. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of sleet, and for East Tennessee we've had a few snowstorms, so I'm really glad it done good. I'm still learning this truck. I've had it for pretty close now to 2 years, but it's just been here to my home a few months, and of course when it got home it's almost close to winter, which means you can't play outside with them very much. Let it run there for a minute. It's going to be really good for it. But it's come a long way. I don't mean to keep doing cold start videos, but it's about all I can do in the winter time until summertime gets here. I'm wanting to light in on this thing. I need to clean this one up. There's a whole bunch of things to do on this. So on all the trucks really. Still need that bed chrome. This truck is, if you're not familiar with it, it took 4 trucks to make this one. The bed's off of something else. Fenders and doors are off of something else, and the hood is off of something else. And of course the motor and transmission come out of another truck. So when I bought this truck, it was wrecked and left for dead. And you know, maybe it should have been parted out. I don't know, but I just hate seeing one. I don't know, I'm a nut. I just hate seeing one get parted out, really. Or I mean, unless if there's any way I can save one, I will. But now the wreck truck I bought that donated the bed, the tailgate, a whole bunch of other stuff, the frame was bent on it, and the cab was messed up too, where I guess they went into a ditch, the wreck truck, and messed it up pretty good. There was no way I could save it, so it became a parts truck. So, but it saved the life of this one. But I still got a lot to do to it. And if you're not familiar with this 78 Chevy C10 truck, Billy James, I have a lot of videos on it. And big old shout out to Tim Dixon at Gas X Chop Shop. He's on Facebook, Gas X Chop Shop. They done a lot of work with this truck to get it to look this good. So I'm real proud of that. Let it warm up here just a little bit. I'll get back with you in a minute. Okay guys, I let this thing run for a few minutes. I don't want to bore you to death. And got up to operating temperature, moved it back and forth here a little bit. I'm not going to get out in the yard because my yard is just, it is very wet and I don't want to get stuck in it. So this is the truck, by the way, that got stuck in the front yard several videos back. If you want to get a good laugh, you can watch it. But anyway, the ground is just so mushy from life here in East Tennessee. Okay, I have a, hang on a minute. Okay guys, I thought before I forgot, I better go ahead and disconnect the battery on this Billy James here. And I wanted to make sure I had a good connection here on Skye. Oh, let me see if I can get myself over it. Got a lot of junk in this garage, which I mention on just about every video. I haven't started either one of these in weeks. So I'm hoping and praying this battery will hold up. Hopefully. It's turning, but it's not turning real fast. I might have to invest in a new battery. I don't know. It's when we was working on this truck, GM Tim 38 and Tim Dixon, everybody's contributed. All my friends contributed on this truck to get it up and going. And at the time it was a new battery, but it was a cheap battery because it's expensive to get stuff done. So I had to go with a new cheap battery. I just don't know if it's going to make it. Might have to take the battery off and charge it. But man, this is a good truck. If it starts, it'll be a miracle because that battery sounds really, really weak. Oh my goodness. It started. I honestly, I thought I was going to have to end the video and say it wouldn't start because of the battery. This is, golly, there's something about this truck. I love this truck. I think I've said this before and I don't mean to repeat myself, but you know, I've had a lot of trucks and cars in my lifetime. Some of them seem like they just fight you the whole way. Some of them just seem like they want to come back to life, and this one is one of them. It just wants to live. This is a really good truck. We've got a ton of money in this one. I have people ask me sometimes, you know, well, how much, you know, how much do you want for this, or you know, or how much do you want for this, or whatever. But a lot of times when I mention a price, it kind of scares people off. But I tell you, it's expensive to get one. Like the stuff that I get are mostly junk, or you know, junk trucks, or best be parted out or whatever, you know. But or like I've said before, you know, I bought trucks that are fixing to go into a ditch. I've bought trucks that you've had to cut trees down to get the truck out. You know, that's kind of like how I am. I had a 62 Super Sport that took 4 62s to make that one. You know, that's the kind of stuff I seem like I'm attracted to, that I like. I just hate to see one die, don't you? I mean, I'd love to know all the conversations that people have talked about in this truck. This truck has always lived here in East Tennessee, and it was bought new by a doctor, a dentist or a doctor, whatever. Anyway, he sold it, as I said before. I don't mean to repeat myself. He sold it years later, and another feller got it, and he parked it beside his garage for like 15, 16 years, and you know, it was just growed up all around this old truck. And the guy that owned the truck the last time, he was going to pull the motor out. It's got a 350 in it, but it's a 4-bolt main, and he does dirt track racing, I think. And so he was going to pull the motor out of this and, you know, fix it up to put in a dirt track race car. But luckily, you know, it didn't end up that way. It's still the original motor and transmission in this truck. Man, this is a good truck. I honestly didn't think it was going to start. Anyway, got the AC fixed on it. It blows cold, or it did last summer. And it's a Silverado. I mean, it's got power steering, power brakes. Does not have tilt. You know, automatic power steering, power brakes, AC, and that's about it. I mean, Silverado package, got a little extra, you know, aluminum, chrome, whatever you want to call it, pieces here and there. But the truck sure has come a long way. If you're seeing this truck for the first time, you're probably thinking it looks pretty bad, but I'm telling you, it looked real bad when we got it. I want to give a big old shout out to GM Tim 38. He is on YouTube. Check him out, please. GM Tim 38 and Tim Dixon at Gas X Chop Shop. Now you can find Tim on Facebook. Just type in Gas X. X is spelled AXE. Gas X Chop Shop in 10 Mile, Tennessee. Because without them, this truck wouldn't exist to this day. So I know y'all's probably laughing at me, but I always try to move them around just a little bit. I'm hoping this one won't get marred up. I'm going to back it out just a little bit, just to move the transmission around just a hair, like I do in this one. Just move it just a little bit. This yard is so wet. I'm gonna let it run here for a minute. You can see all these spots. These metal buildings are great. I'm tickled to death to have one, but whenever there's frost or something, you know, when the frost starts melting while the condensation gets on the truck, and I'll have to clean it up, I guess, this spring. Well, I'm just glad it started. Show you around the truck again. Like I said, I don't mean to bore you to death, but it's a good old truck. And I don't know, it's just one of them kind of trucks that, like I said, it's just wanting to come back to life. So if you've never seen this truck before, I'm in the Patina style, so this is why it looks like it does. My wife and I put Penetrol on the truck. Just an old stock 350. That's fine. I'm not going racing or anything, so it's worked out great. everything for the truck I've tried to buy used, even the emblem on the grill, you know, it was missing. I had to paint the grill. There's a whole bunch. If you're really interested in this truck, it's just go back through my video history, Primered is Best, and type in a 1975 Chevy C10 truck. I've had a bunch of C10s during my lifetime, most of them, or a lot of them, before I even started YouTube. This is my wife's this is my wife's favorite truck, Mrs. PIB. That's what we call her, Mrs. PIB, Mrs. Primered is Best. And this is her favorite truck. But now that 78 GMC truck we have, Shannon, when it's out in the driveway or whatever, she says that's her favorite truck. So it all depends on what day and who's who's sitting out in the yard or the driveway. I'm almost scared to get it out in the yard. It's so wet. This old tailgate, I know I've told you before, this tailgate on this truck was originally on Billy James. I didn't have a tailgate when I got the truck, so I had to color match it with the rest of the... everything I do is rattle can, and so I done the best I could trying to match it up where it looked like it was the original tailgate for the truck, because I didn't have one. So the wreck truck donated tailgate for Billy James. Let me show you Billy. Well, I'll walk around the truck. Some people like this truck, and I do too. I guess you've noticed, once again, I got a bunch of wheels in the back, but I'm always saving wheels in case I wind up with something else that doesn't have wheels and tires. Like I said, most of the stuff I get is junk left in the woods, fixing to fill up a ditch, headed for the scrapyard. I had a friend, that 78 C10 truck I had, Old Dookie, the step side bed truck. If you're not familiar with it, go on my video history and type in 78 C10 step side bed truck, Old Dookie. I named it Old Dookie because everybody said it looked like you know what. But my buddy had that truck, and he had it up on a trailer taking it to the scrapyard, and he begged me not to get that truck. But it's hard to tell somebody like me, you know, me saying please don't take it to the scrapyard, I'll buy it, and he finally relented and I bought it. But that was a good truck too. This is Billy James, if you're not familiar. If you've never seen my channel before, I'll try to show you the whole thing if I can. They're basically kind of the same trucks. They have the same wheels and stuff on them. Both of these trucks have the same wheels and tires. They are, somebody asked me this, I'm pretty sure. If I can find the size here, I'll tell you. 275 40 20s, American Racing. And the fronts are 245 40 20s. Now the wheels are dirty, you gotta excuse that, but like I said, it's a time of year you can't really get the water hose or nothing out. Everything's kind of froze. I got water in the back of my Ranger that's been frozen in there for days, and I can't seem to get it out. But anyway, they're the same wheels and tires, both trucks. It's just this one's been C-notched. It's a 5.7 drop, and I think this one's a 4.6 if I remember right. But I just like C10s. But I'd like to one day get me a nice OBS truck. I really would, one of these days, if I can afford one. I kind of change around on trucks a lot. You know, I used to be in the 55 through 59 Chevy trucks and GMCs. I've had 5 57s of those years, and I kind of graduated from that, I guess you would call it, and got into 67 through 72s. I really like those too. And then I kind of got into these square bodies, and I like them. I like them all. My wife has to remind me that we don't have a money tree, and so we have to otherwise I'd have every car and truck in 4 or 5 counties, I guess. I don't know if you feel the same way about C10s or not, but that's just me. But my friend GM 1038's got a really nice OPS truck. He named it Sam. If you check out his channel, you'll see that truck. It's a white truck. Man, I like that truck. Anyway, golly, this video's long. I just now realized it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I didn't mean to talk your ear off. I was trying to make the video short, but I feel like I'm talking to friends when I talk to y'all, so please forgive me. Anyway, hope y'all's having a great day. Thanks for watching. You're watching Primer is Best. I'm also on Instagram, Primer is Best, and I'm on Facebook, Primer is Best. I have a second YouTube channel that occasionally I put up videos of cars and trucks that I think are interesting to me, and I'm hoping they're interesting to you, that I see out and about. So if you'd like to subscribe to it, it's called Man on a Budget. Man on a Budget. And I'm also on Instagram on that, Man on a Budget 1. So if you'd like to check me out there, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. And I thank you for watching the video. I apologize for it being so long. It just kind of, like I said, I just feel like I'm talking to friends when I'm talking to y'all. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. The Lord's in charge, and I turned 65. And my wife and I, we went and got 2 new Bibles, and it's I forget the name of the Bible, but if you're interested, I can tell you in the comments if you're interested. But it's an easy read, which means you know, I can understand it. I'm not real smart, so you know, especially when reading the Bible and stuff and trying to interpret what's going on. But this one I can kind of understand, and my wife can too. So we read every day and pray for people and do our best to, you know, to do the best that we can here on this earth. So hope y'all's doing the same. I hope the Lord's watching over y'all. God bless y'all. Thanks for watching. And I'm just tickled to death I made it to 65. Y'all have a great day. God bless y'all. See you later.